Welcome, everyone. Oh man, uh, interesting day on YouTube, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. So, why let the party stop now? Um, and I think Benny's still live. Actually, I emailed him and asked him if he wanted to join me because I'd love to hear him discuss this because it was just too funny. Um, I I found myself laughing quite hysterically when I just randomly I clicked on something and then I really couldn't believe what I clicked on. And then it just made me love Benny all over again. It was pretty fantastical. Um, all right, I'll probably play this more than once, but since we got over 100 people in here, those of you who hadn't seen this, I'll go ahead and play it. It's a short video.
I just wanted to show a little bit of courtesy and respect. I am running with a story about the interview that Cam and Sally had with Candace.
You read the name there, right?
I was actually.
You read the name there on that phone, right? Let's play that one more time. You recognize the voice.
I was actually hearing. It's not going to be too. So I was with Candace.
There it is.
And so I was actually hearing. It's not going to be too bad. First, I'm going to call you people call you. I was hearing on.
I just lost interest, man. I was actually interested in doing the interview with you, but I'm not interested now. Like, I thought it was going to be something that could be taken seriously, but the kitty stuff, you lost me. Sorry.
Okay, well, I can remove that.
No, it's okay. Like, no, I mean, I really just think that shooting out professional in the beginning is like the best way because for this situation right here, like you could get somebody to partake.
But the thing is though, Benny, I'm gonna rewind that too a little bit. Just the thing is, Benny, is she's not a professional. She's not a professional. Now, I know this is probably what Benny expected. He indulged her. He wanted to be fair. If I had to guess, I don't know. That's why I wanted him up here so he could tell us. But like I said, he's doing his own live right now. But I sorry, I can't stop laughing at that. And I'm definitely not laughing at Benny. I'm I'm laughing with Benny, and I am laughing at Bullhorn Boob because that is hilarious. And I've been seeing that happening a lot with Benny and cracking cases, and they've been on this kick of, we should be pulling together when it comes to sharing information and hoping that they can reason with some of these creators that have been spewing out just nonsense just to make money off of the back of Summer Wells, a missing 5-year-old child. So their way was coming from a really good place where it's like, okay, well, the back and forth, the attacking, it never gets anything done because it doesn't really. I just accept, me personally, I can't speak for any other creator, but me personally, I just simply accept the fact that these people are set in their bullshit, shitty ways. I'm not going to go and change someone's heart. You know what I mean? I'm here to relate to people who can relate to mine. That's what I'm here to do. So, but that's because, call me just old and call me just jaded by being on a very, very challenging planet to live on, in a very challenging society to live in for over 40 years, for over 45 years. So I've been on this, I'm creeping on a half a century on this planet right now. And so that's just how I see things now. Now, that's not to say that I see the world in a wiser, better way than these creators who are trying to do good and trying to take a fresh approach, because nobody seems to want to do that, because most people are prideful. See, I tried that. I tried to be like that when I first started doing this. And, you know, it didn't go anyway. So I decided to just start making it fun. So, because like I said, I'm not trying to shut down anyone. I'm trying to get them so stripped of their bullshit. I'm trying to strip their bullshit to where their naked, shitty selves are in front of their own audience and they see them. I'm hoping, and I don't think it'll ever happen, but I'm hoping for that one moment, man. I'm hoping for that one moment where uh you know they just fucking totally reveal themselves, like 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 that Nicholson moment in A Few Good Men, you know. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did. Like I'm really hoping for a moment like that to happen with one of these assholes. And what's really funny though, and I think some creators would agree with me, what's really funny about that though is it has happened. It's happened a few times. It's, it just doesn't change anything, all it does is just end up everybody has more content is what it is at the end of the day. But at the same time, maybe we don't get through to them, but we get through to some people. You know what I mean? We get through to some people. You know how many emails I've gotten going, oh my God, Will, like I did this thing. I did this exposing Critical K thing where I had a PDF file with, I mean, days of receipts, dude. Days of receipts showing what a dirty motherfucker she is. And it was just beautiful. Like some random dude, young kid, actually, just collected all of these receipts and created this ridiculously detailed PDF file of all of the fucked up shit that Kay has ever been accused of prior to this lawsuit. It told the truth about the picture situation, the absolute truth about that. I mean, there's everything in there. All the doxing, like, because she wouldn't dox herself. She wouldn't dox anybody herself. She would get one of her mods to do it. And the way that she would communicate with her mods was through her Discord. And there was somebody in her Discord, who was a sock and was able to get screenshots of all this shit. It was some James Bond shit for sure. Like as close to like, what do you call it in corporate America? Espionage, corporate espionage. It's as much espionage as it could be on YouTube, between YouTube channels. It was pretty fun. And then I just basically had like a dossier on Critical K and her shit. And it really didn't make a difference. But there were people who would email me and be like, dude, like, I had no idea. I've been listening to her, and everything that you showed is absolutely consistent with the type of person and the motives that she has for saying these things. And that was worth it. That was absolutely worth it. So that's pretty much the point I'm trying to make. So that's why I do this. But and it sucks that it has to come to that too, Lana B, Punky, if I'm being honest. It sucks that it has to come to that. you know. But these people are out doxing people. They're fucking they're getting them fired from their jobs, calling their jobs, or calling CPS on people. You know, this is bad shit. You know what I mean? This is stuff that shouldn't be tolerated in our community. You know? So basically, if YouTube isn't going to like do anything about it themselves after other people have reported them, then I'm just going to do what I've been doing. And I'm sure there's a few other creators that'll be doing the same thing, you know? All right, let's hear the rest of this phone call. You're going to love this.
Beginning is like the best way, because for this situation right here, like you might could get somebody to partake in your situation if you don't come out trying to, you know, slander them in the beginning. So I'm sorry, I'm just not interested.
And you see how polite he is here? This I love. I love this side of Benny, where he is 150% like you can easily underestimate him by one persona that he has when he's, you know, like just going off on somebody, right? When he's just dragging somebody on his channel. But then there's this other side of him that can absolutely like show you like, yo, don't underestimate me. Don't think that that's just some dumb fool, you know, making schoolyard insults at you. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I am. I I can be very professional, and I'm onto your bullshit. And you were stupid to fucking even ask me to do this shit in the first place, because you're you.
Okay, well, I'm going to run with it anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. Run as fast as you can. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Okay.
All right.
This is the situation.
I know, but nobody even watches your fucking channel anymore. So I don't think anybody cares about what you say, Andrew. Like, you struggle to get 1,000 views. So I'm not really too worried about what you got going on.
Okay, good enough.
God bless.
You too.
Dude, that was just straight like that was just straight like that's all that was. Like it was it was just gorgeous. It was just like that was like a hit is what that was. It was like a hit. And my guess of what's going on here is, from what I gather, because I was watching a little bit of cracking cases today, I couldn't pay too close attention to a lot of it because I had other things going on. But uh, apparently, the other day, I don't know how this went under my radar, but apparently, I think the night before last, um, there's some big to do about if that's really you, Candace, welcome. Thank you so much. As long as you're here, can I ask you a question? Because this channel actually raised some money for Don's commissary. Is he getting access to that? I've been wondering if he's getting access to that in jail. Okay, thank you. I know Cass knows. I know Cass knows. All right. Yeah, I was actually going to go over possibly some of your interview with Cam and Allie, because I have not watched it yet. I only saw little bits from Cam's live earlier, from Cracking Cases live earlier, because they were going over a few things and dealing with a lot of hate in the chat. I'm a moderator, but I mean, I have a wrench just because I'm a creator. I'm not a very good moderator, but I was doing the best I could. Um, but those moderators are really good, so they were on top of everything before I could even get to it. So I don't know if she answered. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool, cool. I'm really glad. Um, I'm really glad. And I have shared the site where you can actually just on your own donate. I just wanted to promote it one time here. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, Candace. And if you want to come up here, I'll let you up here. It'll just be a friendly conversation. I'm not gonna ask you questions about the case, if I'm being completely honest. Uh, I feel as though you have answered all you need to answer, and I said that to Don when I spoke to him on this channel. So if you'd like to come up here, you're welcome to. If you don't, I totally understand. There is absolutely no pressure. I'm just it's more of an invitation than a request, is my point. I have a little spatter on my mic. Ocean Ice, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I didn't watch a lot of it. I won't go over it if Candace wants to come up here, but and I'll drop the link in chat if she says she wants to come up here. If she doesn't, I won't drop the link. But if I do drop that link, that is strictly for her. And okay, let me Kaz, I don't seem to have any mods in the chat right now, so you're wrenched because I do see some trolls and I won't be able to catch them all. Kaz, you're wrenched, so you could take care of that. All right, let me go ahead and drop the link in chat real quick. All right, there we go. And while we're waiting for Candace, I'm going to play that one more time because it's just too funny.
I just wanted to show a little bit of courtesy and respect. I am running with a story about the interview that Cam and Hallie had with Candace. And so I was actually hearing, it's not going to be too bad. Of course, I'm going to call you people call you. I was hearing on.
I just lost interest, man. I was actually interested in doing the interview with you, but I'm not interested now. Like, I thought it was going to be something that could be taken seriously, but the kitty stuff, you lost me. Sorry.
Okay, well, I can remove that.
No, it's okay. Like, no, I mean, I really just think that shooting out professional in the beginning is like the best way, because for this situation right here, like, you could get somebody to partake in your situation if you don't come out trying to, slander them in the beginning. So I'm sorry, I'm just not interested.
Okay, well, I'm going to run with it anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. Run as fast as you can. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Okay.
All All right. I know, but nobody even wants anymore. Anybody cares about what you say, Andrew. Like, you struggle to get 1,000 views, so I'm not really too worried about what you got going on. God bless.
Candace, welcome. It's really a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? How are you doing? Besides the obvious, like,
I'm tired tonight.
yeah, okay. Were you able to find any work after what happened with these bullhorn idiots?
Nobody wants to hire me because of all their crap that they did.
Now I know Don, when he was up here, I asked him if he wanted to take if he planned on taking any legal action against them for the trouble they caused you while they were there.
Right. Yeah, I tried to, and I don't know where that all went.
Okay. Yeah, he said no, but I was just curious as to how you feel about it. I mean, obviously you're going to probably stick with your husband's decision. Of course, you guys are a unit, but I'm curious as to what your feelings are about it.
Well, I wanted to, and I talked to Donnie about it, and he's like, just let it lie, let God take care of it all.
Right.
So it's kind of like at that point right now.
And that's what he said when he was here. And I thought, honestly, there's a bunch of us that feel like, because I'm going to be honest with you, there's a bunch of us that feel like, man, just the only people that could actually do anything are the people who are being harassed by them, because there's a bunch of us channels that sit up here and just go over their bullshit and how much bullshit it is.
Yeah.
And so we just do this on a constant basis because it's so obvious, and they're hiding under their freedom of speech to harass people who, to my knowledge, there's absolutely no evidence made available to us and the public that you or Don had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. So without any of that evidence and just hearsay, it's really irresponsible to harass the parents of a missing child.
Right.
Because you guys, there's no way to know what you guys are going through right now.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I'm dealing with right now. Emotionally, physically, all of it.
I'm so sorry. And I just, I mean, how are you? Do you have a backup plan of any kind as far as how you're going to get by if you can't find work?
I don't have a backup plan. I'm just going out by day to day.
Right. Now, have you heard anything promising from law enforcement?
I haven't heard nothing from them at all in a close month and a half.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm not going to get too deep into that. I just wanted, because I know that's a question that is on everybody's mind that we have you here, because I've been covering your daughter's case from the beginning. And I haven't gone into it too much because there hasn't been any developments coming from law enforcement. So this channel is based on the facts that law enforcement makes available to us, because everything else is just hearsay. They're rumors until it's confirmed by the investigators. So,
for sure.
So that's how we treat things on this channel. It's very, very unbiased, very fair. We don't judge by character. We judge by evidence. And we take much pride in that. So it's a real pleasure to get to have you here and have Don on here before, because I don't have any, like I feel like you guys have answered more than you need to the public in your situation. I don't, because I was telling Don myself, I was like, I don't think you guys owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody any answers. You owe law enforcement answers. You owe their cooperation, and your cooperation, and that is it. They're the ones charged with the responsibility of finding your daughter, because they're the professionals that are trained to do it.
You're right.
So it's, so I didn't want to be one of those channels that brings you up here, and I not all of us YouTubers are like that. There are those of us. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and ask you the same questions just to get credit. It's not what I'm here to do. I am actually offered you up here just to make you feel comfortable here and just have a general conversation between someone who's in this situation and someone who's observing it. And that's it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. And I don't have a prepared interview, so I don't know what to ask you. What about, can you tell us a little bit about Don and how he's holding up? Have you been able to talk to him lately, or?
I talked to Don yesterday on the phone, and he said to tell everybody that he loves and thanks everybody for all the help that they're doing. And he's really low right now. He's missing
I
the
can imagine.
outside. You can see the outside except for a little skylight in his room, and that's all you see.
Yeah, that's another thing. That brings me to another. Can you answer as to why? If you can't, it's cool. But as to why he's in segregation?
I don't know why.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really don't.
Because they didn't. I mean, I imagine they would have told him, and then he would have told you.
I mean, the only thing I can think, no, he hasn't told me. He doesn't even know why. The only thing I'm thinking is to protect him.
I would think so too. I mean, it seems like if you can't even get work because you live in a very, people make fun of me for the way I pronounce this word, rural. Rural. You live in a very rural area, right? So I'm terrible at pronouncing that, and I actually live. I only live an hour from you, by the way. So I'm in Knoxville, but
well, I'm probably about 45 minutes from where you're at right now.
Yeah, something like that. And so the kind of area it is, everybody knows each other, and there's not too many businesses to find work in, I would imagine. So I just the area you lived in would be difficult as far as finding work.
Also, there was another thought that crossed my mind, because the case is so big that maybe they had to put them in that just for protection from the general public area. I mean, I don't personally know, but
yeah. I mean, it's just I mean, is there a possibility of relocating to a town that's close by, to where nobody,
I mean, right now, anything's possible right now.
Right. Because it just breaks my heart that it just breaks my heart that those people can do what they did to you and just get away with it, in the sense of no legal repercussions. I mean,
I'm an hour and a half from home right now, and there is in some places, some stores I've went into here this evening and afternoon that just look at me like, we know who she is, kind of just weird eye look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing, is because this is such a high profile case, there's you're just tattooed with the reality that everywhere you go, people are going to wonder if the rumors are true, if the hearsay is true, and you're just always going to have to deal with that. And people don't understand the effect that can have on somebody, know. And I kind of understand, like, if you had enough evidence, to be convinced, solid evidence to be convinced and go, okay, yeah, that person is a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? But if you don't have that, the decent thing to do is empathize and think, God, man, because if they didn't do anything and they're genuinely missing their daughter, this is hell for them, and us doing this to their lives is not making it any better. and there's just so many that fail to have that sense of empathy. It's sad. It's sad.
It is.
But I feel like you're handling it, pretty well, considering everything.
I'm trying to hang in there one day at a time.
I hear you. Yeah. So I just want to thank you for being up here, and I want to thank you for being so open, and I really enjoyed this conversation. Actually, I'm really glad we got to have it. So yeah, you're welcome up here anytime. You're welcome in my chat anytime. And my mods may have to work a little extra hard, but it's worth it. So so anyways, I just want to give you a lot of prayers and wish you good luck. And like I said, you're welcome here anytime.
Well, prayers everybody else too.
All right. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Now I was not able to look at the chat too much. I hope that wasn't too much for you, Kaz. Sorry, give me 1 second. Well, somebody's got to, somebody in this community besides Benny has to be supportive to these people, man. Considering what we know, it's only the right thing to do. Considering the little that we know, it's only the right thing to do. I will never, no matter what happens, I will never regret feeling this way about this couple. I just won't. There's just no way. Like, I did not see a malicious person up there. I saw somebody who was sick and tired of having to repeat the same shit over again. And the truth is, I just couldn't bring it to myself. That I couldn't bring myself to start doing that shit. I asked things that I was very curious about. I know that this chat deserved to know. I know that this chat deserves to know if Don was getting access to that commissary, and that's a win. He did, so that was not a wasted thing. So we got to make segregation a little bit more comfortable for Don, and I feel very, very good about that. You guys should feel very good about that as well. And I was going to go over the Kraken Cases interview because I hadn't watched it yet. But I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. I think that was it was really, really kind of her to have some faith in a YouTuber she's never spoken to before. And okay, who? Okay, Cherry's here. Whew. Okay, good. Thank God. Let's see. They get access to commissary. Definitely get access to the commissary. He's probably got a lot on there. Yeah, I mean, if he was he wouldn't have access to the commissary if he was in like solitary confinement, the way that these jackasses are making him sound. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that we've explained it, it makes the most fucking sense. Like now that we know that he has access to that commissary, We know that he's not in some sort of solitary confinement punishment type thing. Like, he's able to talk to Candace. He's, you know, and he's eating snacks, dude. You know what I mean? He's able to talk to Candace and he's eating snacks. That's not solitary confinement, dude. That's segregation. He's alone. So that leads me to believe logic would dictate to me that it's for his protection. I don't know. But she said she was an hour and a half from her house. I didn't ask, you know, that's none of my business. That's none of your business. It's better nobody fucking knows, if I'm being totally honest, because she's look at everybody. Her address is the most doxed fucking address on YouTube right now. It's crazy. Like, every time Bullhorn Boob opens her mouth talking about these people, he mentions their address on her channel, on a live, every time. She does that shit. Fucking Molly Golightly does that shit. Dude, it's probably a fucking vacation for him, dude. Can you imagine? Think about this. This is something that is just now fucking hitting me right now, dude. Right now, this dude is locked up in jail. It sucks, right? He's locked up in jail and it sucks. He's sitting there having to reflect on the mistakes that he's made to end up there and how silly they were, because Don, I got to tell you, it was silly, you know? So, but sorry, I'm looking at chat and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. And Cherry says she took care of it, so, which I was counting on her to do. Thank you, Cherry. I don't know what yeets means. It's more yeah, the thought that I hadn't even thought of until just now. So even though this dude is in jail, right? He can't come and go as he pleases, right? Doesn't have no cable, probably. Can't watch TV, nothing. Who knows? Maybe he can. If he's just in segregation, he's probably got TV. But and if he's in segregation, he's got that TV to himself, which is pretty dope. I would rather be in segregation. If I'm being totally honest, if I get the same privileges as everybody else, but I'm just not, I'm separated from everybody else, fucking sweet. Can you imagine? Now, this is the thought. All of the shit that this guy was dealing with out here. And I'm talking even arguments with Candace. I'm sure they had good moments and, you know, good times too. But there were arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know this for a fact that this is what takes place from time to time. It's okay. A lot of couples. It's okay. But it's stressful. I've been there, and it's very, 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 very stressful. A lot of us have been there. It's a stressful thing. And right now, being in segregation, in jail, is providing him with the best peace that he has had since June. Maybe even before, for all we know. But since June. Now, there's still the torture of not knowing where your little girl is. That's there. That's not going away. But all of the other shit that has been bombarding this man left and right, left and right, left and right, bombarding his loved ones. And he has to see that too. Bombarding with his loved ones. Right now, this dude is sobering up and he's thinking. That's how I picture Don right now. I got to have that in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I got to have that in my heart. Don is thinking and praying, doing some push-ups. You know what I mean? Like getting it together. That's rehabilitating himself, taking advantage of the situation, taking Benny's advice, taking advantage of the situation that he's in, and making, lemonade out of lemons. You know what I mean? Like the person I am today, right? The way that I view the world, right? The person I am today would, if I ended up in jail and I was in the same situation as he is, right? And then I ended up in jail for a fucking DUI and violating my probation, I would be grateful. That's how I would feel right now. Based on what I know today, I would be like, shit, this is something to be grateful for. I don't have to fucking, there's nobody yelling at me, man. There's nobody screaming out here with a bullhorn, Like, yeah, I'm not working and I'm a little worried about my family, but I need this time by myself. Y'all, if you know me, you know I don't believe in coincidence. I do not subscribe to coincidence, people. And I have to believe right now that it was just in the cards for Don to get arrested and go to jail. And I got to believe it's for this reason. Because what were we doing? What were we doing, people? Let's think about that for a second. Probably saved his life. Because what were we doing here, people? We were sitting here going, man, that kind of fucking abuse and harassment coming from fucking strangers, traveling to go do that just to fucking harass this guy and bully this guy and fuck with his life. Like, what is it? We were afraid of what that was going to do to this guy. We discussed it on this channel. People in chat, people who came on the panel, we talked about it. We were worried about it. So I choose to believe that Don getting arrested and going to jail was probably the best fucking thing that happened to him. Because he was dealing with it in the most peaceful manner. But there's the danger that somebody doing that is holding inside. They don't have a creative, soulful outlet. They might be soulful people, but they may not have a soulful outlet, a positive manner in which to express themselves and express their frustrations and their pain. So he's bottling this up, and we could all see it. So I choose to believe that this man got arrested for a reason, for a grander reason that you and I may ever be able to understand. But it probably saved his life. save someone else's life. Who knows? Who knows? Now, that's not to say that I think that he's capable. I don't know the man. I don't know what he's capable of and what he's not capable of. What I'm saying is we have to treat that like anything is possible and anybody's capable of anything, and do everything we can to avoid the worst. That's what good people do. Shitty people do shitty things, like try to drive somebody fucking mad. Like try to push somebody past their threshold. Yeah. And I mean, and I'm sorry for your son, Bruce, but here's the thing too. We got to remember, dude, 99% of the time, maybe not 99, that's probably a high number, but most of the time, let's just fairly say it like that. Most of the time, people are in jail because they belong there, because they did something to put their ass in there. And that doesn't make them bad people. Sometimes they do those bad things to wind up in there because they're bad people. But, frequently it's not the case. Frequently it's, somebody who just did something stupid, just a bad fucking decision, took something that they shouldn't have been doing too far. Like, was Don thinking about hurting people when he got a DUI? That's why I love that shit. Like, everybody who's sitting here and they're fucking, everybody's who left comments and everything like that when we raise money for Don's commissary, going, oh, that's an insult to victims who have been killed by somebody in a DUI, and I'm like, no, it's not though, because Don didn't hurt anybody. Don is a product of the prevention of someone getting hurt. Don is a result of the prevention of someone getting hurt. Do you need me to say that a third time? That's actually a positive thing, because he has the opportunity to learn from it and not do it anymore. Because most people, by the way, don't spend a year in jail for a DUI. They don't. So I don't see this guy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he will. But I don't see this guy walking out of there without the attitude of, I'm never doing that shit again. Whether he sticks to it or not, but I don't see this guy doing anything other than walking out of there going, I'm never fucking getting behind the wheel of a car drinking again. That's not to say he won't. I'm just saying, when he walks out of there, he's going to be thinking that. Like, I have to think of it as a blessing that he has to spend a year in there. I mean, that is a good and fair time to absolutely change your perspective on life and your attitude and how you're going to choose to deal with life moving forward. That is a sufficient amount of time, but not excessive, in my opinion. 1 year to reflect on your mistake. And also teach yourself on how to deal with the bullshit that's not your fault that you're having to deal with. Maybe the judge knew that. Maybe the judge saw it like that. Maybe the judge was like, you know what? This is probably going to be the best thing for you. And then we put him in segregation so that we make sure he doesn't get hurt. He gets rehabilitation. We actually focus on rehabilitating this man. And that's why we're putting him in segregation. I wonder. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know. But I wonder if that judge is so special of a judge that he's fully aware of everything that was going on with this dude, his missing daughter, all the YouTube shit. You know, I wonder if this judge was made aware of all these things and then was like, you know what, the best thing to do is let's give this guy a paid vacation. You know, let's give him a break. And let's give him a chance to fucking teach himself how to deal with this shit better so that he doesn't get behind the wheel of a car and drive drunk. Maybe that judge is just a good old boy who gets it. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Man, it was really kind of Candace to come up here. I never thought that I would ever have a conversation with Candace. I never did. I've never had the intention of it. I never had any real questions that I wanted to ask her because everything's been asked to death. That's part of the shit that these people go through. Right now, Don doesn't have anybody sitting there asking him the same fucking questions over and over and over again, unless he's being interrogated for Summer's disappearance. That's a different story. But I don't think that that's the case. It doesn't sound like that's the case based on what Candace is telling us. Because if they're interrogating him and trying to get information out of him because they think that he has information that they want regarding Summer's disappearance, they're not going to give him a bunch of snacks. They're not going to give him free reign to his commissary. They're going to interrogate him. That means they're going to want to break him. He'll get at best 3 hots and a cot. So I have no reason to believe. I have no reason whatsoever to believe that this man is suspected of anything by law enforcement. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying, based on what we know, that's the conclusion that I am most drawn to. I'm not sold on it, but that's the conclusion that I'm definitely most drawn to. And so what's going on with Blowhard Boob is that idiot is basically preparing, I think, what she was trying to do with the Benny Keys thing by trying to interview Benny Keys. She's trying to put together this epic Summer Wells thing. I'm going to talk to Benny Keys. I'm going to talk to Kraken Cases. I don't know if she's approached them, but knowing that she's going to be talking about that interview with Candace, knowing that, I'm sure she's reached out to Kraken Cases. And, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just feeling festive tonight, you guys. Having a little bit of wine, just opened it. It's just beautiful. So we're gonna do. We're gonna do this one more time, guys, because it's just too sweet. It just makes me so laugh. It makes me laugh so hard. Cherry, I don't think Cherry saw this. She's gonna love this. Anybody who's just joining us, let's watch this again.
am running with a story about the interview that Cam and Hallie had with Candace. And so I was actually teetering. It's not going to be too bad. First, I'm going to call you people call you. I was teetering on.
I just lost interest, man. I was actually interested in doing the interview with you, but I'm not interested now. Like, I thought it was going to be something that could be taken seriously, but the kitty stuff, you lost me. Sorry.
Okay, well, I can remove that.
No, it's okay. Like, no, I mean,
she actually said kitty. She actually went at this dude with a kitty jab and thought that this dude was just going to be like, oh, again, people, pure delusions of grandeur, right? This is somebody who honestly thinks that she's some sort of renowned journalist in some way, shape, or form when she's just a fucking jackass. And this dude, he knows it. You know what I mean? And sure enough, she has to take a cheap jab. Like, first of all, let me give you a tip from somebody who doesn't even listen. Blowjob. Man beater 42. Listen, you're not going to, what you do is you wait, at least, you sucker them in. If you're going to be that shitty of a journalist, you suck them in, right? And you kiss their ass and you get them on your panel, and then you fucking hit them with the kitty shit. Now, even then, you're still going to look like a complete and total jackass. But, that's the way to do it, just for future reference, because I really hope that you actually do that so that somebody can destroy you on your own channel, because you're going to do that shit to the wrong person. If you ever have the balls to have the right person on your panel.
Really just think that shooting out professional in the beginning is like the best way, because for this situation right here, like, you could get some.
He's basically just telling her the same thing I just said.
Somebody to partake in your situation if you don't come out trying to, slander them in the beginning. So I'm sorry, I'm just not interested.
Okay, well, I'm going to run with it anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. Run as fast as you can. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Okay.
All right. I know, but nobody even watches your fucking channel anymore. So I don't think anybody cares about what you say, Andrew. Like, you struggle to get 1,000 views, so I'm not really too worried about what you got going on.
Okay, good enough.
God bless.
You too.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of this one more time.
Well, I just wanted
One more time.
show a little bit of courtesy and respect. I am running with a story about the interview that Cam and Hallie had with Candace. And so I was actually teetering. It's not going to be too bad. First, I'm going to call you.
First, so this is okay. So this is something I didn't catch before, and it's fucking hysterical to me, dude. You know what she's doing? She's laying out. And I imagine this is why Benny decided to pull out his phone and record this, or record it on his computer or whatever he was holding the phone up against, where he was like, oh shit, okay. Because she's actually trying to write the interview and go, this is how it's going to go. And at first, I'm going to call you kitty, okay? Because the audience is going to expect me to do that. They're going to be calling you that, right? Like, that's totally what just fucking happened. Hold on, look.
Hallie had with Candace. And so I was actually teetering. It's not going to be too bad. First, I'm going to call you Kitty.
It's not going to be too bad. First, I'm going to call you Kitty.
People call you.
Because that's what people call you. Like, dude, listen, I don't know Benny all that well, but I do know Benny well enough to know that we share this one commonality. And that commonality is very general and it's it's not an uncommon commonality. Okay. There's no way in blue perfect fucking hell that you're going to sit here and tell me that you're going to call me kitty, you're going to insult me on your live stream. That's your plan. And you're going to share that with me and expect me to be cool and go along with it. And then agree to do this. I'm going to agree to do this. You think I'm going to agree to do this? Like, I would have reacted in a very, very similar manner. I mean, I would have been like, okay. She asked for it. She asked for it. That is fucking unbelievably egotistical. Unbelievably narcissistic. It's insane. That right there, that level of thinking is exactly what convinces me that she currently has an abusive nature lurking and clawing inside of her. That absolutely convinces me of that.
I was teetering on.
I just lost interest, man. I was actually interested in doing the interview with you.
Yep. Hey, listen. It's going to be a no. It's going to be a fucking no.
But I'm not interested now. Like, I thought it was going to be something that could be taken seriously, but the kitty stuff, you lost me. Sorry.
Okay, well, I can remove that.
No, it's okay. Like, no, I mean,
She had
really
it written.
just think that shooting out professional in the beginning is like the best way, because for this situation right here, like, you could get somebody to partake in your situation if you don't come out trying to, slander them in the beginning. So,
and my man's even dropping like life lessons. Like, listen, just for future reference, like he could have just said, fuck you. Right? He could have just said, fuck you. And like, hold on, let me see. Kaz is saying, the glare, what do you honestly think? Is she so fucking stupid and saying crap like this, or she don't have a bit respect to us as human beings? I think it's a little bit of both, but mostly the latter, Kaz. Mostly the latter. I think it's that she doesn't have respect for other human beings. I think that she is an absolute sociopath. I think that she thinks that anything that she thinks or does is all that matters or all that should matter. She's angry that anything else matters. That is what I truly, honestly believe from the bottom of my heart.
I'm sorry, I'm just not interested.
Okay, well, I'm going to run with it anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. Run as fast as you can. I don't give a fuck what you do. All right. I know, but nobody even watches your fucking channel anymore, so I don't think anybody cares about what you say, Andrew. Like, you struggle to get 1,000 views, so I'm not really too worried about what you got going on.
Okay, good enough.
God bless.
You too.
All right. Maybe I'll play it again when we're done, but oh, Benny, that is so good. That was just fantastic. I mean, like, but Kazak asked a good question, dude. Like, what does she think? Like, what is going through her mind? Like, it's crazy. Just to explore her and try to figure out what makes bullshit Betty tick. It's crazy. Like, that it can be content. Like, that's my fucking content right now. And we're all engaged talking about it. That's how fascinating that pattern of thinking is. She straight up, dude, I can't get over that. She straight up went up there and told the man that she had basically written, like, at least it was written in her head, but she had written, okay, when you come out, dude, this is her. I'm telling you, she stands in front of the fucking mirror for hours. That's how she spends the majority of her goddamn day. I guarantee you. She can't wait to go live tomorrow because I'm going to say this. I'm going to drop this bomb and everybody's going to be like, yeah. Yeah. Bullhorn, 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 bullhorn. That's totally what's going on in her fucking head. Ticker tape just fucking snowing. You know that shit's going on in that fucking crazy fucking mind of hers. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Like dudes all waxed with 6-packs rubbing oil on each other, like on a stage, while she's like, you know, like that's like she's, yeah. What is going on in that head, bro? What is happening in her cranium, dude? I gotta know. I gotta know, dude. Like, I mean, I'll never know. You know what I mean? But like, I'll never stop pondering it. I will never stop pondering it. I will never ever stop being like, what is she doing? What is she thinking? What's going on? Is it like a circus setting? Is she the ringmaster where she's like, hey? Is she like a rock star with all this tight leather? You know? Andra, Andra, Andra. You know, just rocking out to a crowd. Like getting hit with boxer shorts. Is that and then like wiping her brow with it, walking backwards on stage like Elvis, like oh my god, dude. This woman is too much, bro. Like she's straight up, you know, she sat there rehearsing that shit. I wonder if her mom's in on it. Like, does she go like this with notes? Like, hey, mom, tell me if you like this one. So I'm gonna have this bit where I say, you know, it's sarcastic. I'm gonna be sarcastic and say that the guy who put his girlfriend's son in a freezer, we should start him a Cash App, right? Because innocent until proven guilty, right? Right, mom? I mean, dude, that's, you know, that shit is going on. Like, she's at least doing that in front of the mirror. But I wonder if her mom is in on it. I wonder if her mom is like, okay, mom, give me notes. Like, tell me, like, is it too much? I mean, it's funny, right? It's funny, right? It's probably not. No, because it's not. It's really awful, actually. her stage intro music, and I love how you guys can contribute to this fantasy. It's fantastic. Here we are speculating on what Andra's fantasies are, as far as how people see her. Like, what is I don't understand what her goal is. Like, I mean, is it like a fake it till you make it type thing? Because she calls herself a journalist and she talks as though she believes that she's a journalist. Like, she's up here pitching an interview to Benny without even bothering to understand what kind of dude he is, without even bothering to assume that the possibility that this man might have this much self-respect to stand up for himself completely escapes her. It's insane. I mean, that's insanity. That is stupidity on an insane level is what that is. Think about it. Think about that. That you're gonna fucking call a dude like Benny straight up on the phone and be like, listen, dude, so I'm gonna have you on my channel and I'm gonna interview you and blah, 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 with all this word salad bullshit, trying to sound like she's a professional journalist, and then go, hey, and then when we start, I'm gonna call you Kitty. Okay, it won't be that bad. She's basically saying she's gonna bring him up there and drag him, right? And then be like, it's not going to be that bad. Going to call you Kitty. And she was about to walk through it. I kind of wish, and I don't blame him because I probably would have hung up right when he did, but I kind of wish that Benny would have let her keep going. Okay, wait a minute. All right. Like, just let her keep going and be like, yo, okay, she thinks that she's going to call me Kitty in the beginning. So she's got a whole routine planned out. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be that bad, but, I'm going to call you Kitty. And then dude was like, okay, stop. Stop right there. And I absolutely don't blame him. I probably would have done the same thing. But wouldn't it have been cool if she could have just kept going, Because she had this whole fucking thing in mind. She's picturing like she's Carson, mom's Ed McMahon. Mom's back there talking about, yes. You are correct, sir. Ridiculous, dude. This lady is nuts. She's fucking crazy, bro. Dude, oh God, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. Susan Becker, thank you. I appreciate that. Can you imagine that bizarre shit? Do you know what she is? Like, you guys watch Seinfeld? You guys watch Seinfeld? I know the majority of people here watch Seinfeld. I know they did. Like, I'm talking to the people who know the show like really well. Like, whenever the reruns come on, you watch it. So there's an episode. She's Kramer, dude. Listen, she's Kramer and her mom is Newman. But the difference is Kramer and Newman are way more self-aware, right? Kramer and Newman are way more self-aware. And Kramer finds that set, the Merv Griffin set in the dumpster. And he sets up the Merv Griffin set as an apartment, and he has this fake Merv Griffin talk show. So whenever Jerry and Elaine and George would come over, he would treat it like it was an episode of Merv Griffin and start interviewing him and talking to him. But Kramer knew he was playing a game. This lady doesn't understand what she's doing. That's the difference. She's Kramer with the lack of self-awareness. That's what she is. Like, totally. Dude, that episode is so funny. That episode is one of my favorites, easily. And Bullhorn Boob is just an ongoing, endless episode of Seinfeld, the Merv Griffin set with no self-awareness. That's what that is. It's totally what it is. That's what. Oh my God. Jesus. Sorry about that. Had to check that. I mean, nobody's gonna take this lady seriously. Penny said, "You struggle to get like 1,000 views, so." That shit was fucking fantastic, bro. Yo, that she thought she struck gold when she discovered that word. She uses it so fucking much. She, she thought she struck gold. Like, oh, behoove. I like that. Imagine how many times she's rehearsed using that word. Think about it. Behoove. Like, wait till that person tries to talk to me. I'm going to be like, you know, it would behoove you, sir. No, everybody uses that word, is fascinated with it because almost nobody uses it. I remember my mom would use it from time to time, but she would use it almost sarcastically. And like, English is my mom's second language, bro. You know what I mean? Now, my mom also is one of the most educated people I know, and easily I guarantee you she has a better vocabulary than anybody that I know with English as their first language. Except maybe my brother by now. Maybe. But she's brilliant. And when I remember being a kid and my mom, like, jokingly, like, you know, almost in a threatening manner, like she's telling me to do something like, yo, I told you to go get your shoes. Go get your shoes. And then I'd be like, Mom, I looked everywhere. And then she would like give me that Dominican mom look and be like, well, I would behoove you to look harder. I'll never forget that. And I believe I looked harder. I did. Well, that's the editorial we. That's the you never seen The Big Lebowski? He explains it pretty well. Like you never hear songs where they say that. The Beatles did that a lot. Now they weren't referring to themselves, the four Beatles, when they would refer and they would say we. I can't think of one fucking line where they use the word we, but I know I hear it all the time, and it means it's like it's a literary thing that does refer to one person. Let's Google that. Let's learn something today, folks. All right. All right. I got to ask a better question. I got to word that question better. Oh man, this is like I think they're trying to teach us not to do that because I can't find anything on it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Mm, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't. It's not, there's nothing coming up. And I know it's a thing. Is it a German thing? Okay, first, second, and third person are ways of describing points of view. So first person is listed here is it says first person is the I/we perspective. Second person is the you perspective. Third person is the he, she, it, they perspective. But it is I/we on grammarly.com. So yeah. So that settles that. But yeah, I mean, so I've noticed people in chats going, why does she keep saying we? But you can use that. It's just some pathetic way of her trying to sound smarter than she is. That's somebody who sits there on their computer a lot. And every bit of information they get is from Wikipedia or Google. Everything. So it's just a pathetic way of sounding smarter than she is. It's a mask of her insecurities. Because I actually, like I said before, I know somebody just like her. Just like her. And I know her very, very well. And this is the same thing that she used to do. This is somebody who never made any sense, ever, never made any sense, but sure sounded with a vocabulary to somebody who was choosing not to listen to them and just convince themselves, well, you sound smart without actually thinking about what she's saying. Well, yeah, you know, it gets her by. So yeah, I it's very funny to me that the similarity is because I promise you, I have Bullhorn Betty absolutely 100% pegged because I know someone who suffers her exact ailments in here and in here. I know all about it. Because if she ever listens to all my lives At some point, she'll end up throwing the device that she's listening to because she knows I'm right. She absolutely knows that I am absolutely correct, and I have her absolutely pegged. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But somebody who doesn't have the audacity to go out and make herself a public asshole, that's something I'm very grateful for. This person does not have the confidence to be out and make a public spectacle of herself the way that this person does, the way that Betty does. So I'm grateful for that. But it wouldn't take long. It wouldn't take long. No, not Kay. Not Kay. No. Kay, here's the thing. Kay was a worthy adversary. I will say that. Kay was an absolutely worthy adversary. Because she did the same thing that she does. You know, make herself sound smart, blah, blah, blah. But the difference is she was smart. She would just say asinine things for shitty reasons, for self-serving shitty reasons. She liked to be abusive on a mass level and get people to think the wrong thing because she wanted to puppet master them. That was Kay's MO. She wanted to puppet master everybody and just be like, I want you guys to think the most horrific, awful shit and convince you that it's the right thing to think. And it's the right way to do it. And she was good at it because she had a very, very large following. Kay was dangerous. Kay was absolutely dangerous. This person, not so much. Dangerous in the sense that they could drive somebody so crazy that they might hurt somebody or themselves. That's what makes Betty dangerous, Molly Golightly dangerous. That's what makes JLR dangerous. Those are the things that make them dangerous. But not, not actually being able to pull off what Betty wishes that she had the capacity to do. I mean, that's just the truth. Like, Kay, if Kay is aware of Betty, she's laughing at her. She's laughing at her. I'll tell you that right now. If Kay is aware of Betty, she's laughing at her. Mostly because, like, silly rabbit, you can't do what I do. Stop it. Because Kay is fully aware of her actions. Make no mistake. Kay's not delusional like Betty is. Kay would wipe the floor with Betty on a live stream. She would drag the shit out of her and make her look like this. And the thing is she'd use that to make people like her. Because it's the thing to do too. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. That's how Kay thinks. Yeah, no. I'm with you. She's manipulative. She's manipulative with a certain caliber of mind of person. Okay. And there's a lot of them out there. I didn't say she was dangerous, that she could make a logical attorney or a logical attorney or a doctor believe that she's actually more intelligent or as intelligent as one of them, but she could make a housewife who reads the paper a lot and watches the news a lot. She can make one of them believe that she's that caliber. Sure. Especially when they get to interact with her. And then one day she mentions their name when they're in the chat. Yeah. So that's that is quite basically how that would go down. Yeah, so she's not that smart. I mean, she just knows how to sound smart and just enough to fool people who aren't as smart. That's it. Oh, way more, way more, way more, way more for sure. But Kay is absolutely, well, I should say Betty is absolutely no match for Kay at all whatsoever. See, she's the kind of person, this is plan B of what Kay would do. Well, it's actually more like plan A. Plan A for Kay would be to bring her on her channel and be like, "Hey guys," and get her listeners to be like, "Hey guys, let's be nice to her, blah, blah, blah." And then she's going to blow her up. She's going to sound really intelligent and blowing her ego up. And then Blowhard is going to latch right onto her like she does JLR and start kissing her ass and talking all about Kay and how great she is on her channel. And then she's going to get all of Betty's subscribers. And then she's going to chew her up and spit her out, because that's what she normally does. She did that exact thing. She did that exact thing to Without a Crystal Ball. I was like, as soon as I saw that happening, I was like, that poor girl. She's like the most hated woman on YouTube. And I was like, damn. Once I saw her on Kay's panel, I was like, damn. That poor girl. I mean, she's a master manipulator to the feeble-minded, but all it takes is to just listen to her long enough. Like, get to know her and listen to her long enough before you start to go, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, but we're talking about MGL. You know what I mean? We're talking about MGL. I get that Betty did that to MGL. I understand that. I mean, I called that. They were all using her and they were all using each other at the same time. Like, because MGL has absolutely no skill at all, and no desire to be walking around in a swamp or up and down hills. Like, she's the one that really made that. She's the one that made physical comedy out of that footage that they took in Tennessee of them searching for Summer. That is the funniest shit in the world. Oh, nobody can get down there. Nobody can get down there. I'm like, not even with the best boots. No dogs can get down there. Like, no, dude. Like, yeah, it's easy to get down there. It's easy. Like, that was the biggest farce I ever saw in my fucking life. Was watching these people act like they were doing something. And it was like painfully obvious that they had no idea what they were doing. One second, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not going to question that. I see the comment here. I'm not going to question that because the way she worded it, it was like she said she wanted to do it. But I'm not going to sit here and use my platform to cause problems between her and her husband, because she also made it abundantly clear that she wanted to do it, but the decision that they came to, I believe is how she worded it more or less, that they came to was, what Don wanted, which was, we're going to just let God handle it, which I think is very commendable. That shows that they're not malicious people. Because I don't even think it's malicious to do it. Because that's the thing about that. The reason, because it's actually right. It's actually, they have the right, morally, legally, they have the right to take legal action against them. But by choosing not to, it shows that they're not malicious. But at the same time, if they did choose to, it doesn't say that they're malicious at all, because they're in the right. Because it seems like the only way to get them to shut the fuck up. It's just how it seems. So, but I have to respect them. You know how much respect that earns when you're like, you know what? I'm not going to attack them to stop it. I'm going to fucking train myself to be tough and take it. What is more respectable? Think about that. I'm going to go after them and I'm going to hurt them financially. We could be better off. But no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray and I'm going to make sure that I get tough from this. That God gives me the strength to endure it. I think that that's commendable, man. I think that's absolutely respectable. Sorry. Well, so would having to drag people with lawyers to court, because that MGL is going to have a better lawyer than the Wells. Bullhorn Betty is going to dip into her mom's bank account and pull a better lawyer than the Wells. That's what's going to happen. What do you mean they have nothing to sue for? What do you mean they have nothing to sue for? Of course they do. They cost them their livelihood, and they've slandered them to the point to where Candace can't even get a job right now while her husband's in jail. That is absolute grounds. I heard Nick Rekieta say it myself. I heard him say it, and he's a civil attorney. That's true. The only big winners would be the attorneys, but it would at least stop them legally from doing what they've been doing. No, they don't have any money. No, they don't have any money. But you know what? I mean, they don't have any money, but first of all, you never know if they find an attorney that understands the situation and learns all of the details of this and then says, I'm doing this pro bono. Or you get an attorney who says, no, I'm not going to take anything down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason I'm taking this case is it's a for sure win. And then when we collect, this is what I'm getting. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If all they give is what my retainer and my fees are, then that's what I'm getting. They might get a lawyer who does that. I don't know anything about the law. I don't know if that's even a thing, if that works, but I wonder. Oh, Betty and JLR don't have any money. Yeah, but she could sue Molly Golightly. And it won't matter. Like, you know, she's living with her mom. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine what if your sentence for something like that, and I love this, right? What if your sentence for something like that was that you had to continue your YouTube channel, you had to do a certain amount of streams per week, right? And advocating properly for victims, actually doing the right work. Somebody who has to like supervise and have to they have to proofread everything that you say and do and say, okay, no, that can be considered harassment, that and that would make her life hell. That would make Betty's life hell right there, right? And the thing about that is her channel would blow the fuck up if that turned out to be the case, right? Her channel would blow the fuck up because what would happen is all of the super chats, all of the proceeds, all of the monetization would go to paying that attorney and the Wells forever. Every bit of money that she makes off her channel, and she's court ordered to have to put out videos in actual advocation, proofread for victims. Nothing that could ever be construed as harassment. It's absolute, pure, just this is what you got to do. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Like, wouldn't that be beautiful? I'd love to see that shit. YouTube, having a YouTube channel as a fucking sentence, as a fucking punishment to make up the shit that you did wrong. And you don't get to see a red cent. So I guess sentence would be the wrong word. It would be like a judge's ruling. You know what I mean? This is what I'm going to rule that has to be done in order for you to pay off your lawsuit. Because what you did to these people is fucking despicable. And I'm going to make an example out of you for every other fucking victim that falls to this shit on YouTube. I think that would be amazing. It'll probably never, ever, ever happen. There's probably no way in hell that could ever happen. But man, wouldn't that be fucking sweet? I do understand, Marie. Thank you. Yeah, man. See, look at the difference between the shit that I fantasize about and what she fantasizes about. Andra. Like, that's insanity, bro. Hi, Andra. I'm singer from Rammstein. I'd really like to take you to bed tonight. Oh my God. You German God. Please tell me you love Mein Kampf. Oh no, it's not likely at all, Neon Noir. It's not likely at all. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, I could fantasize about living on a fucking beach in the Bahamas for the rest of my life. You know, a mansion. You know what I mean? I could fantasize about that. Doesn't mean it's likely, you know? It's just nice. It's a nice thought. Just like, you know, Rammstein is a nice thought for Andra. Hi, Andra. Do you want to dance? Like they're in a club and shit, dancing, and he's like, "Hey, Andra, I really like your swastika. Your swastika, there, yeah, I love it." Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna cut this off soon, man, because I'll do this shit all night. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Do you want to come home with me tonight? With me tonight. We watch American History X, you spank me. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't with this lady, bro. I can't with this lady, dude. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna fucking cut this off, guys. I love you guys very much. We will do this again very soon, my friends.